Hello and
Sorry,
welcome into the show. There he is. He disappeared.
I
on me for a
just
second.
came over. You're staring. You're like, where'd he go? Sorry, my laptop's about to die.
He got up for like 5 seconds, but we're here. We're live. Preston Poole, Tyler Adams is Unadvised here on the Sports Animal YouTube, X. You can follow us at Unadvised Pod on X and Sports Animal YouTube as always. A lot to talk about today. NFL news. We're going to play a game, T-Bag, that I think is pretty fun. Players that got paid and players that did not get paid. And I think you could probably tell where that segment might go on some of the players that have yet to get paid.
Oh, wait, I thought we were maybe talking about a guy that already got paid, that got cut by his team.
Yes, I do have that in the topics as well. Yes. A little weirdness, some college football, and then one MLB story that I wanted to mention. But before we get into that, I had this thing happen to me today. So I was at a remote getting us all set up earlier today and connected so the guys could do a show. One of the people that works at this fine establishment that I was at comes over and says, "Hey, are you at the Sports Animal?" I was like, "Yeah." Introduces himself. He says his name. I then shake his hand and say my name, and then he said, "No, it's," and then said his name again. And I was just kind of like, "All right, I don't know where to go from here, but all right, man." So that's a little.
I don't know how to react in that moment. Like, I've never had someone be like, "No," it's like, what, do you just think I'm just saying a random name? Like, no, it's my name.
All right. I mean, we're shaking hands, but okay, yeah. So that happened, and that was very weird. But I got
That's
over
a good
it.
Start. Remotes, remotes are whenever you tech a remote, like what Press was doing today. There's always something interesting that happens every time. You just don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, so that was the weird thing I wanted to start with, because it's never happened to me before where they're just like, "No, actually, it's this." And I'm like, I think I know my own name, but
I don't know how I would have handled that situation. I don't know if I would have laughed. I don't know if I would have tried to correct him or just gone along with it. Did you just go along with it or what?
Yeah, I didn't say a word after that. I was just like, "All right, okay, let's move on." Finish getting everything set up. So, all right, let's get into the NFL as camp is underway. A lot of news coming out. I've got a list of players who have been, I don't know if hurt is, well, some of them have been hurt. Some of them have been injured. Obviously, we talked about this last week. Justin Fields, he's fine and back.
I get where you're going with this game now. Okay. Yep.
Hollywood Brown, the Chiefs, got hurt today. Seems like it was a lower leg injury. Seems like he's going to be okay and expected to be back. Isaiah Likely, the Ravens, got hurt today as well. I think it was an ankle injury. Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma guy. They feared that he had tore his ACL yesterday. Test came back good. He didn't, so he's just going to be out.
No surgery.
No surgery. He'll be good to go. One of the 35 quarterbacks on the Cleveland Browns, Kenny Pickett, had a hamstring injury.
I missed this one. Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Malik Neighbors of the Giants has got a little banged up. He's good.
That's not good for a rookie quarterback or Russell Wilson.
Here is the one that I'm just like.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Well, finish what you're going to say real quick. This is one where you're.
This is one where it's like the NFL is a cutthroat league. And sucks very much. It's Treylon Burks.
Okay. Never mind.
He broke his collarbone, and the Titans, what did they do when he broke his collarbone? They said, "Buddy, you're unemployed now."
I thought you can't cut a player when they're hurt. I saw that one too, and I thought you couldn't cut a player if they got hurt. Maybe
I thought
maybe
that was the
certain
same
contract.
way. Yeah. It might be something in his contract,
yeah.
But I was like,
because I would definitely sign a contract saying, "Hey, if I get hurt, like, I want to have a job. Like, not seeing it to be my guaranteed money, but I would like to have a job."
And look, it's not like he's broke, right? He's still, I'm sure he had guaranteed money on his contract. He's going to get paid that money. But to think like, damn, I just broke my collarbone. I got to have surgery on this damn thing. I'm not going to be able to play for like the next, 3-4 months, something like that of this season. And now I don't have a job.
And as a wide receiver too, like collarbone, like you need to extend.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So, what were you thinking of?
I was thinking you were going to talk about Terry McLaurin.
Uh,
He
no, we were gonna. I was gonna get into that. So
hurt or injured.
we will talk about that whenever we come up to the players that got paid.
Yeah.
Players that did not get paid. So, the other big news that was just really weird involves a guy who no longer has a job as well. But that's turning out to be because maybe he's a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Former Raiders defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. The saga continues to get weirder. So if you remember, what was this, a week ago?
We talked about it a bunch over the weekend, me and you did.
Maybe a week ago, last week at some point. He gets cut from the Raiders, which is kind of like a weird move, and the Raiders come out and say it's because he didn't rehab from his injury the right way. He still has to have surgery, blah, 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 blah. Well, and was it Schefter that went on Pat McAfee yesterday and brought this up? Supposedly, Christian Wilkins kissed a teammate on the top of his head, and the player took offense to it. This is also Teabag, the same guy who in scrums at the bottom of piles tends to stick his fingers and places that they should not go on opposing teams. So it's all coming together and starting to make sense in this Christian Wilkins saga. I mean, he's just a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah. So I've never been in a professional locker room, Preston. Especially in the intimacy of it, where it's like there's no care. It's just the players and some of the coaches or whoever's in there. Like when it's intimate, and not that kind of intimate. But I played high school football. I've been in a high school football locker room. Now, granted, we're all white guys from North Edmond, so it's different than an NFL locker room full of diverse backgrounds and stuff.
Yes,
but I had a really good friend that played at OSU while I was in college, and I had a really good friend play at another Division I school for a season. And so I've heard locker room stories and stuff, and the kissing the forehead thing, that's, we talked about in the Morning Animals.
That feels mild. That feels tame.
That's just called grab ass. Just grab ass. That's just guys being dudes. Some guys, they don't mind. They think it's funny. Some guys are like, whoa, it's why guys do it. It's like, how are you going to react? It's normal guy behavior, the best way I see it. Like the forehead kissing.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going further than forehead kissing and stuff like that, then yeah, we're hitting boundaries. My big takeaway is he got the injury, he didn't rehab it right. He's obviously not liked in the locker room at all, and this is just an HR excuse that they're using. Like, 2025, we watch videos of it for Cumulus Media. That's just an HR violation,
Yeah.
Which it is in a real workplace, but a locker room is not a real workplace. NFL is not a real workplace. So he just must be the most disliked guy ever on a team, because if it's just a forehead kiss, like there's no way that it's just that. There's 0% chance.
And like I said, there's video of him like going back to his days at Clemson, like sticking his finger up dude's ass.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think he probably crosses the line too.
Yes.
And they probably left out some detail as well.
Yeah, if you're walking around the locker room grabbing your teammates' junk and all that, which I'm not.
But he does it on the field too. In all fairness, he does it to his opponents. So he might just be practicing. He's at practice.
If I was a teammate on the Raiders, I would. I'd be like, thank God this guy is gone. Like he had all the talent in the world, but man, was he.
They probably had like the best practice ever when he got cut.
Yeah. My favorite thing is like, what if this was like Max Crosby that he kissed on the top of the head, and then Max Crosby's like, "Bro, you need to get the hell out of here."
Well, I mean, just imagine like if he like was kissing Max Crosby on the forehead, and then Pete Carroll's like chewing his gum, watching in the background, just like, yeah, this culture's got to be changed big time, and just decides to cut him.
Yeah. Yes. Out of all the weird things you can do in Las Vegas, I don't know if kissing your teammate on the top of the head is up there on the list for me. So, Yeah, I thought that I had just saw that late yesterday and was reading up on it
Yeah.
earlier, and I was like, yeah, that's I understand why he's now unemployed.
There's going to be a post-mortem probably at the end of the season about like what
Yes.
happened with him.
And it's hard to bounce somewhere else and become a teammate somewhere else where they're all like, dude, we all know you're a freak.
Yeah, like because they're all like players with each other in the leagues. They've all played, like a lot of these
Yeah.
guys have played together. They're probably like, nah, I was just talking to my old teammate on the Raiders.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want this guy.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, let's move into the players that got paid and players that did not get paid. So players that got paid this week. My guy Rashawn Slater, left tackle of the Chargers, 4 years, $114 million. And I don't know if I'm going to say this, allegedly is what I'm going to say. He just got divorced before this contract.
Yeah.
So shout out to him for keeping all of this contract. I don't know if that's true, but I did see that on social media.
You want to believe it's true.
I do want to believe that. So wait to hold out and wait until that divorce goes through to
Yeah, he's probably they're probably like, hey, we're working. I say, no rush, guys.
No, I'm cool.
No
man.
rush.
give me a little bit.
I'm not holding out, I swear.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
I will be there.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, wide receiver of the Broncos, 4 years, $92 million. He got paid. He had career high 81 receptions last year, just over 1,000 yards. Figures to be a key piece of the Broncos offense yet again this upcoming season as Bo Nix heads into year 2 of his NFL career. And then Baker Mayfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he got $30 million guaranteed next year. So he didn't have any guaranteed money next year in 2026. That's the final year of his contract. He got that money, that $30 million turned into guaranteed money for next year. So at least he'll have some guaranteed money heading into next year, the final year of his contract with the Buccaneers.
He's going to be an intriguing free agent next year.
Yeah. And you got to think the Buccaneers are going to fork over the cash to pay him.
Yeah. Like probably a 4-year, 200-ish. Like that.
Yeah.
180 to 200.
He's going to get quite the contract.
Yeah. I mean, well, with just these 3 years combined, he's made $90 million. So no matter what happens, homie is good.
Yes. All right, now on to the guys that did not get paid. Still yet to get paid. Michael Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys, as Jerry Jones would say.
I keep calling him Michael. Like when I'm just talking about the situation, like not even like trying to do a bit. I keep saying Michael.
It's stuck with me forever now. Jerry Jones calling him Michael Parsons, knowing damn well
that's his name now.
Michael.
That's his name now.
They need to come out like the Sunday Night Football, the first Sunday Night Football that the Cowboys are on. He just needs to come out with his intro, Michael Parsons, linebacker, whatever the hell his position is. If he ends up, if he's not holding out, is he? He's in camp and all that stuff because he's still under contract, right?
Yeah, I think he's playing or practicing.
Yeah. And then these two guys, the next two guys, have bent the knee. They've caved, and they are headed to camp. One, this literally just came out, 10 minutes ago. Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals is ending his holdout. He's going to hold in at camp. That way he's not getting fined the $50,000 a day.
That's a lot of money.
I got to imagine that racks up after a few days. You're like, damn.
20 days is $1 million.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot.
And then the guy that you were talking about, Terry McLaurin, he has ended his holdout and he's going to hold in. Yeah, he's going to hold in.
He's literally holding in.
Yes. The wide receiver for the Commanders.
He's holding in as in he's at camp, but he's not doing anything, but he's there.
Well, I think that's the same thing Trey Hendrickson is planning on doing as well.
Oh, he is? Okay. Because it says Terry McLaurin has like a sprained ankle, so it's like, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, no. Terry McLaurin injury status, still waiting on a contract, is what his injury status is.
Yes. He's sitting there at practice and a wide receiver drops the ball. You see that?
Yeah.
See that?
I could have caught that.
Yeah, I would have caught that. And scored a touchdown.
The Pardon My Take guys were there at Commanders camp today, so maybe they got into the conversation and maybe they could help push that across the finish line. So I saw that on social media. this morning. Well, that's all the.
I wonder if PFT got his DAP secured with Jaden Daniels.
I did see a video. He did.
Okay.
He did secure that.
I'm gonna have to go look for that after this.
And it was not weird. So if anyone tells you it was weird, it was not weird. So, anything else in the NFL? I mean, it's been kind of smooth going so far in the NFL. We haven't had like any like massive injuries that are, season ending for any like big time players or anything like that. No crazy news outside of that Christian Wilkins story in the NFL so far through camp.
I thought of another thing during the after the Christian Wilkins story. Who's calling me? Scam likely. What would you do now? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I thought of another joke during the Christian Wilkins, or after we were talking about Christian Wilkins. We can definitely rule out that the guy he kissed with his team was definitely not Italian, because an Italian would have full on embraced that kiss.
Yeah, no, he would have been like, all right, yeah.
My eyes on.
Yeah, that is and there's going to be more stuff if I had to imagine.
Yeah. Someone will leak something.
So
TMZ is trying to get all over that right now.
We'll
guarantee
it.
We'll
see. All right, so on to college football now. Again, I mean, the biggest news really in college football, Coach Prime, his press conference he had yesterday, saying basically he had missed a lot of the offseason and no one really knew why. He came out yesterday and, cleared that up for everyone. Basically, he had a tumor on his bladder that he had to have removed. They ended up removing his bladder as well. So now Dion is cancer-free. The only issue is he has to wear diapers and will probably have a porta potty on the sideline. Which it's
gonna be the most swagged out porta potty I've ever seen.
That's an elite move right there, right? I mean, you go back and think of the Joe Pa, where Joe Pa is like running off the field like right before like halftime or something like that, and comes back with different colored pants on. If he had a porta potty on the sideline, no one would know that he probably crapped his pants and had to change his pants.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to hear Dion's okay, and I'm glad he's going to be staying in coaching. He was very Dion yesterday, just able to make light out of a serious manner.
Well, and it looked like he just got done, like, wrangling up like the buffalo that are out on his like property or something like that.
He looked just full Dion yesterday. It was awesome. Told his African American, his Caucasian, his Hispanic brothers to all go get checked out, which I appreciated. He included,
yes, that is
made me feel cool. Made me feel good.
You're not too cool to go to the doctor.
No,
get checked out. So, other stuff. Florida quarterback DJ Lagway in a boot as fall camp opens. A lot of people are saying he's injury prone, and he's just he's got glass bones. He's going to be hurt all year. And this is a guy that a lot of people had high expectations for heading into this season. He ended the season as one of the better quarterbacks in college football last year. So it sucks that he's in a boot as fall camp opens.
Yeah. I don't know much about the situation, obviously, with him. We were talking with Kerry this morning, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, he's just kind of injury prone, but I mean, he's going to be one of the most dynamic stories in college football if he's healthy this year. So, I mean, I hope it's nothing serious for sure.
Yeah, I think him and like Lenore Sellers, both of those guys are like kind of guys that can get out and scramble and
fun to watch.
Real well, yeah, for sure. And then the biggest news in my mind is that we finally have video evidence of Zane Flores.
I mean, AI, Preston, is pretty good these days.
That is true. But
I'm about to see it in the stadium of him playing quarterback to ever believe it.
We saw a video of both quarterbacks throwing footballs. What was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, yesterday was day one.
So I'm on the precipice of confirming that he is in fact a real person. Now we'll have to wait for game 1 or game 2 or hell even game 3, depending on how many of these quarterbacks Mike Gundy wants to play. So. But yeah, I'm almost turning the corner on that. Zane Flores is actually a real person and not an AI quarterback.
I'm starting to believe it a little bit more, but I haven't seen the guy with my eyes yet. I've seen a number 6 headlines, with the last name Flores, but that could be anyone. That could
Yeah.
have been anyone.
And I did well. The one thing that kind of has me still questioning, I didn't see the golden locks flowing out of his helmet, so I'm guessing he might have got a haircut, or that was an AI video. So
True. AI
we'll
does mess up.
we'll have to get boots on the ground in Stillwater, and someone send me like a picture of him actually in
What's
Stillwater.
face up with Marshall Scott?
Yeah, yeah. Have to confirm that he is actually a real person. And then the last thing in college football, I just want to skip ahead to this time next month.
Yeah,
I'm ready to skip ahead. I'm tired of waiting. I want to watch meaningful football.
we're at the point. It's just too hot outside too. Like,
Yeah,
summer. The summer vibes are still there to a degree, but it's like when you go outside at 3 p.m., it's just miserably hot. So yeah, just get me to for last week of August, first week of September.
I had that thought driving the sports animal van around today, where the AC is not the best in it. And I had to roll both of the windows down and like basically hang my head out of the window. And I'm like, damn, if it was like 75 right now, it would be perfect.
Dude, you got when they hand you the keys to that sports animal van, he's got to take your own car. You just got to transfer all the equipment over to your own car.
I was like, screw it, I'll just take this thing. So
it feels fun to drive though. Like driving, you're like, it's hippie as hell.
Yeah. At first I was a little worried, and then I was like, once I got the hang of it, I was like, all right, we're cruising in this thing.
I had a realization today, Preston. We talked about it a little last week, and I said, I wasn't hopping on a bandwagon. I wasn't necessarily cheering for them. I had no interest in them, but I just kind of started following around the Brewers because they're just fun to watch. They win all the time. Yeah. Like it's come back down to earth late, but there's a stretch there where they're just they couldn't lose
10 in a row before the All-Star break.
Yeah, and then I realized that I was rooting with Packer fans right before football season, so I've cut it off.
Yeah,
and I'll probably watch their game tonight against the Cubs. I think it might have already started.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
Big series. I mean the race in the NL Central.
Cubs are one game back of the Brewers right now. Yeah,
yeah, it's a huge series for the NL Central. This is the time of year where I'll watch baseball, then it'll slowly die out when we get closer to football, then I'll watch again in the playoffs. That's like how my baseball fandom goes. But yeah, so I'm off the Brewers bandwagon.
Yeah, well, I am ready to jump off the tallest building in the world, watching the St. Louis Cardinals play baseball. So we're in a little different boat here. Speaking of baseball, though, this was a pretty big story that I don't think anyone talked about at all. It involves a man that two men that I hate with
I know where you're going.
Every fiber of my being. That is one, Bryce Harper. Can't stand the guy. And the other one is MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, who is I don't like him. I'll just say that. That's the words I would use to describe him. But so supposedly, I don't know when this was, but Rob Manfred was in the Philadelphia Phillies locker room. I'm assuming like a couple of weeks ago, and the story's just not coming out. But Bryce Harper, and by the way, if you don't like bad language, don't listen for a little bit or turn your volume down, something like that. I don't know. But Bryce Harper tells MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred to get the fuck out of our clubhouse if he wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap.
Oh.
And my first thought is, if this was an NFL player saying that to Roger Goodell, that player would be in the gulag like that, and we would never hear from the guy ever again. No, I don't care how big of a star he is. We would never hear from that person ever again.
Rob Manfred with no response. Just, he got belittled in there.
He had to like turn around and walk out like a puppy that just got like beat for getting into something it wasn't supposed to, or something like that.
Oh, I would love to see footage of that.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that, dude. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
As much as I don't like Bryce Harper and
respect
Rob Manfred, I do respect that move because I do think Rob Manfred is kind of a dummy when it comes to some of the things that he's done with baseball. And look, he hasn't done like the absolute like worst job, but I think being able to for me to be in Oklahoma City 8 hours away from St. Louis and I can't watch a damn Cardinals game on MLB TV with a subscription, I think that's pretty stupid. Or for me to be in Oklahoma City and not to be able to watch the Houston Astros, which are 8 hours away, is, I mean, I can't just get in my car on a Friday night and be like, I want to go catch first pitch at Busch Stadium at 7 o'clock. Let me get in my car at 5 p.m. and try and make it there. And that's like what the blackouts are for, right? They're trying to like drive people to the stadium or to buy like the subscriptions of the.
But how would you buy a subscription to the Cardinals?
Well, you'd have to get it through FanDuel Sports Network.
Can you watch it on FanDuel?
Yeah, but it's
okay.
$20 a month, and I have a free MLB TV subscription
I do too.
my phone provider. So
T-Mobile, baby.
Yes, it's just stupid. I don't like it. That's my main beef with Rob Manfred, and he did an interview with Pardon My Take a couple weeks ago, basically saying that nothing's going to change on that until like what 4 or 5 years down the line when their media rights change and all.
And
that
even
stuff.
then, it's still wishy-washy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just there's no hope when it comes to being able to watch your favorite baseball team, which is just insane. But yeah, I thought that Bryce Harper move was pretty good. Yeah. Which salary cap in baseball, I'm fine with them not do. Like, it would make sense to do it for teams like the A's, who they spend, a fifth of what the Yankees and the Dodgers spend, right? So, like, to tell them, like, hey, you have to spend this much to, stay in this area, or like we're going to fine you or something like that. Or for you, the Yankees, you can't go out and just sign, Aaron Judge to a, $600 million contract for the next, couple of years. Like, you have to keep it in a certain area. I get that, but also I feel like that's what kind of makes baseball is you can just go out and pay guys whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah.
Like Shohei Ohtani, I think, is very much worth the, almost $1 billion the Dodgers paid him.
I like a salary minimum for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That way, the A's aren't just, paying a bunch of rookies every single year, so they don't have to.
Because there's just so many teams in the MLB there. I mean, the NBA has a salary minimum. I mean, they also have a salary cap, but I'm sure the NFL has a minimum. I'm not for sure on that one, but you kind of have to in the NFL. You can't. Yeah. There's so many players, but a salary minimum, because there's just so many teams in baseball that are just unwatchable. Like, for a below casual fan like me, like, why would I ever put on a Rockies versus A's game?
Yeah, or like the White Sox,
or the Whites,
who are bad as well. So,
or the Cardinals,
they are bad, and they are selling at the deadline. They are selling. So yeah, that was my my MLB talk for the evening. You got anything else before we wrap this thing up?
I think we got it.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Short little show here on a Tuesday evening as everyone's winding down, getting home and whatnot from work. We'll be back later in the week, probably this weekend. I've got to work late on Thursday. So we probably won't be doing a show on Thursday, but we'll be back with you guys later in the week. Until then, stay cool. And like Dion said, go to the doctor.
Yeah,
all right.
get yourself checked out.
Yeah, go get checked out. All right, we'll see you next time.